World's largest animals you won't believe actually exist. But first, we're glad you enjoyed our 25 funniest Canadian photos video, Emily. Canada is a unique country to say the least. Number 15. The biggest bat. The golden crowned flying fox is not actually a fox at all, but an extremely large fruit bat that lives in the Philippines. This megabat makes itself at home in the rainforest, and has been seen with a wingspan of a horrific 5.9 feet. The biggest one to have been verified measured in with a wingspan of 6 feet. It must have frightened the biologists. Not only that, but it can weigh about 3.3 pounds. These giant bats are currently endangered due to overhunting in Southeastern Asia. It's not just for their size, but for the food as well. Can you believe someone would actually eat these things? Number 14. Biggest snake. The world's biggest snake out there is the green anaconda, and this is something you really don't want to run into exploring the jungle. The largest verified size measured at about 25 feet long, or 7.5 meters. Some claim there are larger ones out there that could be lurking beneath the shrubs. These behemoth snakes can weigh about 250 kilograms, or 550 pounds. Most of these snakes live in the Amazon in countries like Bolivia and Brazil. They'll eat just about any large mammal they can find, like deer or even jaguars. They can reach apex predator status quite quickly if they're released into a new environment. Don't be surprised if you see one eating a large crocodile. Number 13. Biggest rodent. Are guinea pigs too small for you? You'd really prefer one that's more dog-sized? Well, maybe you should consider getting a capybara. These are the world's largest rodents, and yes, people do keep them as pets. They're native to parts of the East Andes in South America. They need lots of water to survive, and people that do have them make sure they have a small children's swimming pool in their backyard for them to drink and swim in. A full-grown capybara can weigh about 232 pounds. Not only that, but they can reach up to 4 feet long. They're known to live in large groups with about 10 to 20 of these large rodents together. Number 12. Biggest fish. The largest living cartilaginous fish is the whale shark, which can measure an astonishing 41 feet and weigh 21 tons. They are also possibly the largest living non-mammalian vertebrate out there. This whale shark is almost like a floating fossil, with its species dating back 60 million years ago. They feed primarily on plankton and are harmless to humans. In order to see this threatened species continue to stay in existence, countries like the Philippines and Taiwan have banned any hunting of the whale shark. The largest pet cat. The Maine Coon is the largest breed of domesticated cat, and actually doesn't have any recent ancestry to savanna cats in the wild. They are very friendly and make great house pets. Demands for these cats have dramatically risen in places like the UK for their long, beautiful coats, and of course, their size. They're specifically native to the state of Maine, and it's their state cat. They have somewhat of a rugged, wild look to them. The winner of the Guinness World Record for longest cat was a cat named Stewie, and measured 48.5 feet in length. The Maine Coon also holds the world record for the longest whiskers at 6.5 inches. Number 10. The biggest hybrid animal. A liger, or a mix between a lion and tiger, can grow to massive sizes, and are believed to represent not only the largest cat in the world, but also the largest successful hybrid. They end up bigger than their parents, weighing 750 pounds on average. This lion named Hercules was recognized by the Guinness World Record books as the largest non-obese living cat on Earth. It weighs in at 922 pounds. He is healthy and appears to be living a good long life. They can also measure about 9.8 feet to 11 feet long. Number 9. Largest spider. Arachnophobes, you've been warned. The largest spider ever recorded was captured in Rio Cavro, Venezuela, and had a leg span of 11 inches. The record holder is the type of spider known as the Goliath Bird-Eating spider. And as the name implies, it's big enough to eat birds. Not only can it eat birds, but also small rodents like mice, who are unfortunate enough to crawl in its web. The world record holder weighs about 6 ounces, which is about the same size as a newborn puppy. Jeez. Number 8. The world's biggest bug? This cricket-like critter is actually big enough to chow down on a carrot. Found in New Zealand by an entomologist, Mark Moffett, it weighs about 2.5 pounds and is 7 inches in length. This is what's known as a giant weta, and it's sure to give you a case of the heebie-jeebies. It's only found in isolated protected areas on New Zealand's rainforests. It's been named the world's biggest bug because of the size of its weight. It's actually heavier than a sparrow or even 3 mice. It really looks more like a rabbit though when it's chowing down on a carrot. Number 7. The largest land animal. This record goes to the giraffe with their skyscraping necks. This African terrestrial animal stands about 14 to 19 feet tall, while still weighing an impressive 1,800 pounds. In comparison to other land animals, it's somewhat difficult to believe a giraffe actually exists. The endangered okapi and the giraffes are the only 2 modern-day living members of the Giraffidae family. Despite being such a large, rare animal, they can reach speeds of 35 miles an hour. They're also so tall that unlucky baby giraffes have to fall about 5 feet after they're born. Also, no giraffes share the same pattern of their coats, making them all unique. Number 6. Largest great white shark. Could it be true that a real-life Jaws-sized great white shark actually exists out there? The biggest shark out there was found off the coast of Guadalupe Island. The shark was given the name of Deep Blue, and you can see in these photos how tiny people look compared to the enormous apex predator. The shark also appears to have large visible slashes on the left flank and dorsal fin. Great white sharks tend to only grow about 15 feet, but this one here is not only 5 feet longer, but weighs about twice the size of an average great white shark. Number 5. Largest crocodile. The largest crocodile, and also the largest reptile known to man, is the saltwater croc. Male crocodiles can stretch about 20.7 feet long, but some believe the croc we see in this photo is about 23 feet long. Females can only reach sizes of 9 feet long and are much smaller in size. These beasts can weigh over a ton. Some have been captured weighing 2,600 pounds. This one here was supposedly captured by some people in Nigeria. This species of crocodile is a hypercarnivorous apex predator and are excellent ambushers. Number 4. Largest dog ever. Would you believe there's a dog the same size as Shaquille O'Neal out there? Meet this Great Dane, Giant George. This was the world's biggest dog, and he measured 7 feet 3 inches tall on 2 legs. He unfortunately passed away in 2013, but not without taking the Guinness World Record as the biggest dog ever. This gentle giant ate a whopping 180 pounds of dog food a day. This is Rocco, and he's also a Great Dane, and he's trying to win the world record as the biggest living dog in the world. Number 3. Biggest primate ever. The biggest primate that we have definitive evidence of is the Greuer's gorilla, or Eastern Lowlands gorilla. These large primates weigh a massive 450 pounds and can reach weights of 600 pounds. The status of this gorilla is currently classified as critically endangered. They drop from a population of 17,000 to 3,800, according to recent research. Number 2. The heaviest colossal squid. This male colossal squid was caught in the Ross Sea near Antarctica, and it weighs 990 pounds. A fisherman will be enjoying a little extra calamari after he announced the capture on the 22nd of February. Colossal squids are normally not as long as giant squids, but are much heavier. It still measures in at 30 feet though. And number 1, the largest species of all animals. The largest species of all animals on this list, and that we know of on Earth, is the big blue whale. They measure in about 100 feet long and can weigh 173 tons. That's about the size of 64 Hummers.